Interviews for web developer roles often follow a clear set of steps you can prepare for. In this video, I want to share all the experience, everything I learned through a lot of interviews I had over the past few years. I learned many things the hard way, and I want to share it in simple words in this video. I am a full-time developer, and these videos share what I learned and experienced. I will focus on small and medium companies mostly, because that is where I worked. Big companies can be different, but many ideas still apply in general. Small and medium companies usually run 3 to 5 interview stages before hiring. Each stage has a different purpose and tests different skills. The first interview is often with HR or a development manager. Sometimes, other than HR or the development manager, there's also a technical guy there to ask you some technical questions if needed. They may say something, they may not. But usually the questions they ask in the very first interview are really simple. They will usually introduce themselves and the company at that first meeting. After that, they will ask you to introduce yourself for about 5 minutes. When you introduce yourself, keep the story short and useful for the role. Focus on the most important parts of your background and relevant past jobs. Talk about studies only if they matter to the role you want. Explain why you applied and why you think you are a good fit for the job. Make it clear that you have similar experiences and skills they need for the position. This part is not about showing off, it is about showing fit and focus. During the first talk, the technical person may ask a few quick questions about tools and languages. If you answer those clearly and confidently, they might skip some middle steps. I have seen interviews skip a technical meeting because the first talk went well. That outcome is rare but possible when you impress the right person early. Still, prepare for the usual path with assignments and a deeper technical interview later. Many companies ask for a coding assignment or take-home project after the initial screening. These tasks test your hands-on skills and how you approach problems. Online coding tests are common and can be timed or untimed depending on the company. If you do a solid job on the coding assessment, you will usually get invited to the main technical interview. For me, having a GitHub portfolio helped a lot, and sometimes removed the need for extra assignments. When the company looks at your GitHub, they want to see clean code and thoughtful projects. They do not need perfect projects and perfect background, just want to see some connection between your experiences and background and with the current position. They want to see just some consistency and real efforts. If your repositories show meaningful work and clear README files, interviewers can trust your skills more easily. I use GitHub to show my work and that helped several times. Still, you should prepare to explain your code and decisions during interviews. The technical interview focuses on the big picture of software engineering and the tools they expect you to know. For web development roles, be ready to discuss scalable architecture and practical trade-offs. Talk about frameworks, databases, and caching strategies when possible. Mention performance, accessibility, CI/CD pipelines, load balancing, and handling high traffic. Describe how you would design a system from a high level and the reasons behind your choices. Depending on the job, they will dig deeper into specific areas you mention. If the role is about Django, explain why Django is a good fit and show some relevant features you used. If you say you know JavaScript well, expect more questions on that topic. If you claim SQL expertise, be ready for queries and schema design questions. The conversation often follows the strengths you present, so guide it toward what you really know. Just try to be careful, to be honest as much as possible, and be careful not to invent experience or skills you do not have. Interviewers can tell when someone makes things up, and it becomes obvious quickly. Instead, be honest about your level and humble in your tone. You can still show interest and quick learning skills without pretending to be an expert. For example, if you have limited experience with load balancers, say that honestly, and then talk about caching and CDN strategies you use to handle traffic. When you do not know an answer, try to explain how you would learn or approach the problem. Showing a clear thinking process is often more valuable than finally knowing one specific fact. Interviewers care about your ability to solve new problems and to work with a team. Give examples from real projects about how you debugged issues or improved performance, even if the projects were small. Practice your 5-minute introduction and keep it focused on the job you want. Prepare stories about past projects where you made a clear impact on code quality, speed, or reliability. Talk about the tools you used and why you chose them. Keep your examples short but concrete, with a problem, action, and result structure if possible. Recruiters and hiring managers remember clear, concise stories more than vague descriptions. Interviewing takes time and practice, so be patient with yourself during the process. Sometimes interviews are about luck and timing, not just skill and preparation. I experienced many interviews where I knew most topics, but they asked one thing I did not know. That was frustrating, but I learned from each conversation and improved my answers the next time. Keep a list of questions you missed and study those areas after every interview. Finally, prepare some good questions to ask the interviewers about the team, workflow, and expectations. Ask about code review practices, deployment process, and how they measure success in the role. These questions show you care about how the team works and how you will fit in. Be respectful, curious, and direct when asking questions so you can learn if the job matches your goals and values. I hope these lessons help you approach web developer interviews with more confidence. Remember that honesty, clear examples, and showing fit matter a lot more than trying to appear perfect. Keep practicing, update your portfolio and GitHub, and learn from each interview experience. Good luck with your interviews, and I hope you get the job that fits your skills and goals.